to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here with Monday Night Raw, 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble. We start, as we always do, with some pre-show matches that are usually just to do what we like to do, improve motivation of some of the talent. Then we have Axel, TM61 and #DIY picking up a win in a 5-on-5. As you can see, Axel and Lance are actually up to the 60 ratings, so they are going in the right direction. We have a host of improvements. The NXT talents are all filtered around the 20s with the 130. Not quite ready for main rosters. Got a few more months doing this sort of job, making the upper tag teams look good on the pre-shows. In my next match, we have Sami Zayn picking up a win over Marty Scurll. Keep borrowing him from NXT. As I said, he's more than likely going to be on the main roster post WrestleMania. I don't want to keep bringing people up pre-Mania because there'll be too much build-up work, and then we'll get to Mania and they won't have a match, and most of the build-up will be almost pointless. If we start in April, we get a good 4 or 5 months to SummerSlam, so they can look to build themselves a reputation going into next year's WrestleMania. But a 71 rating is quality because Sami Zayn is one of my best workers. We continue on where we have the Shining Stars picking up a win over the Shira brothers. As we know, they've made an impact in SmackDown in real life. I put them in my NXT because they are pretty much unknown. Their popularities are single figures, so it's a lot of work to get them anywhere near where we need them to be. Just to see what they do against each other, Bray Wyatt defeats Bo Dallas. As we know, they are brothers, so this one works. Good rating of a T- for probably Bo Dallas' best match. Just give Bray a nice solid win. Bo Dallas is back in my NXT because I don't really know what to do with him, but he is good for doing these sort of pre-show matches. Another poor match and an injury, just what we wanted. System X pick up a win over Wolf and Griffiths, and that is not good, and I don't know how long that will be. Next one, Samoa Joe defeated Noah Dam. Simple enough match, not as good a rating as I had hoped. Another 4-on-4 this time. Big tag team matches because I got too many people. The Uprising and the Ascension pick up the win over the NXT talents. Yeah, okay, we know. Nothing fancy. And my main event for the pre-show was Big Cass versus Rhino. I wanted to see what Big Cass was like as a solo competitor. Obviously, he is one of my tag team champions right now. But it's always good to see whether we can build something up from him. So, yeah. We go straight into our main show now, where we have Triple H coming out announcing that Roman Reigns needs to learn to take a beating, because when Brock Lesnar gets his hands on him, he's going to have to take a lot of abuse before hopefully getting his chance to win. But if he doesn't, well, I'm sure there'll be a WrestleMania match somewhere for him. You know, there's always the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. It's sort of teasing and trying to motivate Roman into caring. Especially when he comes to face Brock Lesnar, with the winner getting a choice of match of WrestleMania. So we tease at the idea that he's going to face Dean, Seth, Samoa, Kevin, Big E. But Triple H has other words, and he sets up a 4-on-1 match, which is next. It's not against the biggest names, let's be honest. And Roman Reigns defeated Corbin, Barrett, Rowan and Harper. That wasn't meant to be Baron Corbin that took the pin. A bit annoyed. It was meant to be Eric Rowan that took the pin. But Baron Corbin and Bad News arguing through this match as well, which leads to this: Baron Corbin attacking Bad News, continuing on their little bickering, going into the Intercontinental match, triple threat match. And then Sami Zayn then cuts a promo saying Baron looks dangerous. That's why Baron wasn't meant to take the fall, because he could just take out Bad News, who Sami Zayn defeated on the last pay-per-view. So Sami Zayn knows who his real opponent actually is going to be. So Baron Corbin or Sami Zayn are going to be the deadliest threats, Sami Zayn believes. Bad News is just part of the match. We then have the Hands of Death defeating American Alpha. It's not the biggest match, it does what it needs to do. Here's the Hands of Death looking strong. Which then leads to the Certified G's, who cut a promo saying that these guys have come from nowhere. They attacked us, they want our titles, and you know what these two are going to be like in their promos. They'll throw the insults. So 60's good for that. We then have a nice little tag team match here. Again, a lot of tag team matches on today's show, not going to lie. Where we have Sudden Impact versus Carlito and Jahinda. Carlito defeated Ty Dillinger in this match. And Jahinda was a weak link. Yes, Jahinda Mahal, the former main event wrestler title match contender. Afterwards, Carlito cuts yet another promo on Neville saying how he's always got his number. He will be taking a TV title fully loaded. It's not going to happen at Royal Rumble, at fully loaded. We then have a little bit of a future IC storyline thing here where we have Del Rio, Swagger Morrison, Lethal and Justin Gabriel all staking their claim about how they are going to make the impact in the Raw Royal Rumble. They're in a storyline called Future IC because they're not quite in storylines. If they are going to go anywhere, it's most likely into the Intercontinental. I can move them around, but they're like the real upper mid guys that I really think are great. So I'm keeping them around just for that reason, basically. And 61's recently good for that. We then have Alberto Del Rio picking up an easy win over Angelo Dawkins. Yeah, he wanted promotion. He's only ever going to be a jobber, so doing his job well. We continue the sort of trend that we've got going now, where a little backstage segment, which the idea is that they all believe they should get a chance at the tag titles, which, again, I'm not sure why Del Rio's in there. My bad. The idea is that they're actually all with their tag team partners, and they're all arguing, saying that they should have some form of a chance to go for tag team gold in the future, and there will be some form of announcement about who will get to face the tag team champions at WrestleMania on the Royal Rumble card. And we just again throw another one in. Justin Gabriel picks up a win over Ryback. A simple 61 rating. Kurt Angle comes out and promises that he will go on to win the Royal Rumble. He won a gold medal with broke a freaking neck, remember? You know, the sort of ones we'd have from Kurt when he was a wrestler rather than a GM. And he goes on to beat Biff Busick in a short match. Yeah, Biff is now on the main roster, but at the moment he's going to be in a jobbing situation, which I don't like. But I need to find, I think, a tag team partner for him, and then we'll work on the next angle for him. But afterwards, Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens come attack Kurt Angle, shouting and screaming, saying you won't even make the Rumble, etc. A little bit of a warning. And then Kevin Owens and Roderick should have a great match. 76 is really good. Kevin Owens picks up the win. You know, have to give Kevin Owens a win. He is flirting around the main event picture. Afterwards, we get Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor cutting a promo from the depths of their helm on Owens and Samoa Joe. Obviously, Finn Balor has targeted Owens, and the idea is they're targeting for their master. So we're still playing on the card that The Undertaker is their leader, and Wednesday Triple H aren't going to be on camera doing this, but they're against each other. And everyone working for them is in the battle. So what is pretty much a reliable match for me to have, and that is Dolph Ziggler defeating Chris Jericho. Yeah, certainly not what I needed. During the match, The Miz attacked Jericho. After the match, Jericho attacks The Miz, and the whole crowd go happy, and I am turning Chris Jericho face. I think this is a good choice. Chris Jericho can work really well with a lot of people. I actually turned him earlier in the game, I'm surprised I didn't know it. I'm happy with that. Jericho and The Miz will be facing off soon. My main event, which I'm happy with an 81 rating, is Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston losing to Big E and Seth Rollins, and Kofi got pinned. I'm continuing a little bit of a decline in Kofi. He isn't going to be he is in the Royal Rumble, but it's going to be Seth versus Daniel. I don't want to put Dolph in this again. I need somebody who can take the pinfall, and that's what Kofi was there. And after the match, Dean Ambrose joins Seth Rollins, beat down Daniel Bryan, but Roman Reigns comes out and cleans the house. I'm hoping we got a high-end 17 or an 80. We got another 80. So Raw is actually going in the right direction. As we can see, from then on we're in the 75-ish plus. So we are getting some good shows coming from Raw. So we'll head back to the main screen and see what the news is like. And we are back to the main screen, so let's check the news. Badly. So how long is this going to be to heal? And this could affect quite a lot. 5 months. Great. And doesn't seem like it's somebody's fault. Will Ospreay will have a little pay rise. And sure, why not? Whoever she is. We will look at the news. Well, Brendan Watts, he's from NXT. Just the basics. Everybody wants to get called up. Nobody getting blamed for the injury, which is the key factor here. We don't want that. Again, it's come up a few times. We will check some of the storylines very quickly. For Raw, so we've got 74 for that. That's poor, but you expect that. Intercontinental is still simmering away quite nicely, and somehow is one of the highlights of my storytelling. I'm not quite sure how I've managed to do this, but the basic tag teams is what you expect. Tag team titles slightly better. TV titles middle of the road. 81 for that and 79 for that. 78, but still. They're all okay. Nothing fancy. Anybody new? Big Cass number 1. And nobody new there. There always seems to be one show off whenever it comes to doing the look at. What is it? When you look at that creative meeting, there always seems to be a show off. But that is going to do for this episode. We'll be back with SmackDown next to see how everything has unfolded since the last pay-per-view. Thank you for watching.